It's hardly a secret at this point that the PlayStation 4 has been doing rather well for itself and has been continuing to do so, with some pretty impressive figures being reported by Sony, but despite that they are still looking at major growth during the new fiscal year, and they are projecting 20 million PlayStation 4 units to be sold. Now, these are forecasts from Sony for the fiscal year 2016, which were released earlier today. The new year, which started on April the 1st, will go on until March 31st, 2017. So they've got quite some time in which to achieve the lofty goal of 20 million PS4s sold. And in the PDFs that they released earlier, which will be linked below if you want to read them, Sony did say they are expecting sales to increase by 8.3% across both hardware and software. Let's look at a brief comparison to the fiscal year 2015, in which they sold 17.7 million PS4s, and that actually exceeded the 17.5 million forecast. And if you look at how sales have been going recently, with something like 35 million PlayStation 4 sold since it came out, and obviously 17.7 million PS4 sold during the last fiscal year, 20 million doesn't actually sound all that far-fetched. It is entirely possible that they are including the PlayStation Neo in the blanket term PS4, or they could not be, and they're just counting on the previous console. But it seems definitely doable given how the PS4's been going and how it just seems to be growing exponentially. And of course, given the ones sold last year, an increase on that would put it around 20 million. So we'll see. Now, of course, one thing that might give it a nice boost is, of course, the October launch of PlayStation VR, as well as, of course, the PlayStation Neo, or PlayStation 4 Neo, should I say. If that is indeed included under the umbrella of PlayStation 4, which it probably is, but of course I can't speak for certainty. But if it is, and obviously everyone rushes to buy the new thing that's coming out with upgraded hardware or whatever it ends up being, then yeah, we're undoubtedly looking at Sony actually scoring this goal, shall we say. But the thing that's obviously going to decide this more than anything is games. You know, the reason people have been buying lots of PlayStation 4s is because it has a pretty decent library. It didn't always, you know, the library was kind of weak for a while, but of course it's got a bit of a backlog behind it now and actually has a fairly strong library, and if that continues and we get some interesting reveals at E3 for 2017 releases, then we could definitely see this particular prediction coming true, or we could not. It is always a coin toss in the world of finances, but Sony definitely seem confident if this is the projection that they're going for here. So, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help out a great deal and is very appreciated, and I'll see you next time.